What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing a ECS tuning intake on my 08 A4 S-Line. So included in the kit, you get a two-piece tray, filter, a boot, your hardware, and a piece of safe edge. It's a pretty good all-around kit from everything that I can tell so far. So we'll get into installing it right now. So this kit didn't come with any instructions, so I'm going to try to get everything that I do in here. Any special tools I'll mention, but these are like any other Volkswagen product. They're pretty simple. The hardest part is usually these screws are rusted in. As you can see, one of mine are already broken out, and the actual intake hose itself is broken. But usually you'll have two screws, two Phillips head screws right here holding this intake pipe, the front side in. So I'll take the one screw that I have left in here out. That comes out. And then if yours is broken, make sure you pull the other piece out. And then just toss it aside. And this piece just sits in there. It's got a weird little filter thing in it. I don't know what they were trying to do. We'll just throw that off to the side. So then, they have these squeeze hose clamps, and they're in very bad spots. But all I used was a pair of channel locks. Any of them will really work. You just got to take the top one off. And then the easiest way I found is if you take the top off and then take the two Phillips head, loosen the two Phillips head screws out of the airbox lid where you would go to change your filter. And then take this piece right out. You need to save that piece that has your mass airflow sensor and everything in it that you're going to have to take out. But if you take that piece out and hold the hose towards the exhaust manifold, it's a little bit easier to get the bottom clamp. I already loosened mine just for the sake of the video, but they are in a very bad spot. You can see where they were clamped before. It's not real ideal. Volkswagen Auto Group really doesn't look out for your well-being when you're working on their products. But then you just have your standard filter. Mine's caked up with crap, that's why I'm putting this on. And usually most airboxes are just held in by rubber grommets, and that's the case with this one. It just pops right out. So luckily the ECS kit makes it pretty easy. You don't have to take the sensor itself out, but you take this whole mouthpiece out. It's just held on by two Phillips head screws. I don't think you need to save the screws. I'll update later if we need to save them, but I don't think we do. So I'm pretty sure it sits in the car this way, not exactly this orientation, but when you put your mouthpiece on, you want to have your mass airflow pointing down. It won't let you put it on the other way anyway because it hits this lip right here. But I'm pretty sure that's the orientation that it's supposed to be in. So it comes with these little fasteners. I have to use cam oil. If you have something else, use something else. But these install in your stock rubber grommets. It's the only thing that makes any little bit of sense. And I'm not going to say that they're easy to get in because they are not. But they do go in eventually. So you put your boot on your turbo, and then you stick this piece down in and get your intake tube all hooked up, and then try to figure out which way it needs to point. And always make sure you put your hose clamps on first. Nothing like fighting with something and realizing you don't have your clamps on.
Right.
or the whole boot. I'm only gonna tighten the turbo one for right now. So these clamps are 7 millimeters. I'm lucky and I have electric ratchets, so this will be fairly easy for me. If you're using a screwdriver, I'm sorry. But like I said, this is just feeding the turbo, so there's no boost pressure, so it's not like they have to be super tight. So all of your nuts down here, where it bolts to the car, and your mouthpiece with your mass airflow sensor in it, they're going to be 10 millimeters. The Allen wrench size is a 4. So if you don't have a 4, you're going to need a 4. A lot of kits don't come with them, but I'll tighten this down the best I can. And you can slip your air filter on now. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to use a Phillips head to tighten it down, if I can figure out which one it is. So make sure your mass airflow wiring harness, make sure you put it behind all this, because this is a heat shield from the exhaust. And maybe plug your mass airflow in before you put your intake tube on. So these are the nut clips. I don't know really what the technical term is for them, but they just clip on here, so you can tighten it down through the stock 2 holes, so it can duct cold air directly to the filter. Put them on with the flat piece facing out, like towards the front of the car if it was sitting in the car. That way when you're shoving it in there, it doesn't push these clips off. It's not the easiest thing to get together. It took me and Oren to squeeze it together. But these go behind like that, and then you have to thread your bolts in. The holes don't line up the greatest. I'm not sure if it's from us or if it's just the part, but you do have to wrangle them in there a little bit. But for the most part, it does go together fairly easy. When you put it together, make sure this lip goes behind here, not in front, because we might have bent the arms that hold these in, and that could be why we're fighting it too.
That fit is like if you were doing this by yourself,
it'd be a pain. Getting
that to fit together and then wrenching it, because you're basically drawing it together with the hardware.
Yeah.
That would be pretty difficult.
Yeah, this definitely was not the simplest install, but yeah, you know, they give you this for your benefit, not theirs. You really need to install your safe edge, or you could die. So there it is, all installed. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it also could have been my own doing, with bending the one arm that's under here. But other than that, it's an air intake install. Alright, that's it for this one, guys. I hope this video helps anybody that orders this kit, because it doesn't come, at least mine didn't come with instructions. We got her making some more boost noises that it was not making before, probably because the filter was clogged up with a mouse nest. But that's it. Talk to you guys later.